Hey guys, I read something recently that really stuck to me. I'm going to read it to you. It's from Pillow Thoughts 2. And I'm not sure what this book is, but in there it stated, you can't skip chapters. That's not how life works. You have to read every line, meet every character. You want to enjoy it all. Hell, some chapters will make you cry for weeks. You will read things you didn't want to read. You will have moments when you don't want the pages to end, but you have to keep going. Stories keep the world revolving. Live yours. Don't miss out. It's true. Your life is like a book. And I always say that. Sometimes you're like, I closed that book. You might have closed that book, but it wasn't finished yet. You had to reopen it and finish the book. And it's true. Sometimes you go through life and you get to a chapter and you're like, I hate this chapter. But if you don't go read that chapter, then you're going to miss a huge part of the book. Some parts that might be super important to how that character gets to the end. So you can't skip it. It's like grief. You can't skip over the stages of grief. You've got to go through them. No matter if it's a loved one that you lost or I had a friend, I still have this friend, but she one time said to me, I wanted 3 babies and my husband is very adamant we are not having 3 babies and I need to grieve. I need to grieve for the life that I thought I was going to have. And that really resonated with me because I had a chapter in my life where I was engaged and it didn't work out. And it's a good thing it didn't work out, but I learned so much about myself through that chapter that had I not learned those things, I wouldn't be the person I am today, and I wouldn't be the wife and the mother that I am today because I had not experienced some of the things that I experienced, and some of that was really rough. And I had to grieve for the life that I thought I would have, and I still sometimes do, like the chapter in my life with cancer. Like, I thought I was going to be the mom that was still breastfeeding the 5-year-old because he wanted to keep breastfeeding. I know some of you rolling your eyes, but that's me. I'm a hippie little girl and I love my babies. And I had to grieve what motherhood looked like for me when my boobs got chopped off because I couldn't nurse anymore. And I had based my entire motherhood existence on nursing my first child and not being able to continue nursing him and to have to not be able to nurse my second baby past the 8-week mark. That hurt. It hurt a lot because that's who I was as a person at that time. Is I really attributed being a good mom to how connected I was to my babies. And I thought that it was going to change the relationship somehow, but it didn't. I'm just as connected to my second one as I was my first one because my motherhood didn't revolve around my boobs. And it was a chapter of my life that I didn't want to happen. But through that chapter, I learned a lot about myself and I learned a lot about me as a mother. And it doesn't matter how the hell you feed your child, just feed your child. Make sure your child gets food and water. That's important, in case you were wondering. And it makes you who you are. So enjoy those chapters that are full of love and happiness, and life is just amazing. And when that chapter comes along that you hit and that you're like, oh, go through it, take notes, see what lessons you can learn. And then at the end of that chapter, move on to a better chapter. You can always glance back at what's behind you, but remember to look forward. A lot of anxiety comes from looking at your past and not making a reconciliation about it, not being okay with it, inner peace with it, which makes you really uncomfortable. Or you're so worried about the future that you can't see that you need to live today. You need to live in this chapter, this page. The past is gone. That page has been turned. You're on this page today. And that's where your focus needs to be on, not on the what ifs of the future, because that will bring you anxiety. So if you focus on your page, your chapter today, your story will go a little bit smoother. And you'll be able to realize those lessons right now instead of later. So good luck with your book. If you need any help, let me know. Signing off.